Two, one. Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots.
You have 3 nights. This counts as the first. You must bounce on it. Crazy style. Maybe even fun on it a little bit. That would make me.
Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest,
I'm Major.
and it's
Just us two.
Just me and mate. It's the last of
Intimate.
us.
I see what you did there. Right off the bat with the puns.
Yeah, so I think we're just gonna talk about Last of Us, part two. Well, no, season 2, which is based on part 2.
Yep. The video
But
game.
we're gonna talk about 3 episodes because I don't think we've discussed Last of Us at all yet on the
I don't
podcast.
think so
I think it's
either.
been a few weeks.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
belated Easter and travels for everyone.
Yeah, happy Good Friday, Monday, Thursday, Palm Sunday, half off Tuesday at Topgolf.
Half off
all the
Tuesday.
holidays.
All
Now
the
they're doing like half
most
off.
Mondays.
Well, they're doing like half off Monday through Thursday. Now they must have trouble with people coming to Topgolf on weekdays.
I mean,
I
probably.
mean, it used to just be half off Tuesday, but yeah, now it's like Monday through Thursday. So if you want to go, if you're really bad at golf, but you just want to like drink and like hit a ball, yeah, just go Topgolf
Overpay
Monday
for
through
drinks
Thursday.
it's a good way to do
Sponsor us, please. Topgolf sponsor us.
Hey, Topgolf, the best place to go to get drunk and hit
We'll
balls.
We'll blow your tea on this podcast.
Oh, there's a
I know.
testosterone joke in there. Speaking of blowing your tea, what about The Last of Us Season 2? Holy cow.
Speaking of fungal zombies, how about that Last of Us?
There is so many ladies in this show. They're all awesome women. They're all badass. They're all very inspiring women. Don't you think so, Forrest?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing this show is really popular in the lesbian rock climbing community.
Yeah, all 14 of them.
No. If you ever go to a rock climbing gym, it's a big in the lesbian community.
Big for bouldering? Oh, who
Yeah,
knew they
what-
had such strong fingers, such good grips?
My other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No! Get it away from me!
Take it! Take mine!
I mean, yeah, some of the girls who climb look like Abby from the game. So
Yeah.
they say like there was no one physically available in the real world to play Abby, but just go to a rock climbing gym and just be
anyone
like,
can.
eeny, miny, mo. Then boom, you got your Abby right there.
Right.
So first episode, kind of
Boring.
slow.
So slow.
Third episode, even worse. But at least the first episode had infected. But introduced Dina and Abby, I think.
Briefly. They didn't really
and
say
Abby's-
what they were going to do. They were just like, we're going to kill Joel, but no one else.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, like having. I didn't play the games, but I just read the synopsis for the. I don't even play video games anymore. I just read the synopsis online for games. I just don't have time to play them all the way through. But yeah, I mean,
How
I
does
think
Candy
like for
Crush
someone.
end?
What?
How does Candy Crush end?
It ends with everyone getting cavities,
Diabetes.
and the company goes out of business. It becomes Vegetable Crush at the end, made for modern audiences. So
RFK takes it over. He says, no more Candy Crush, not here.
no yellow dye and just no yellow dye candies, which I guess is pretty much that's what lemon heads are. They're just pure yellow dye. They're just yellow dye drops,
Yikes.
basically. Remember lemon heads?
Yeah, I just never did them, thank goodness. Remember
it was just
Warheads? Oh, wow. Old school.
I mean, I just remember like lemon heads. Like, who would want to eat these? Like, kids, like people don't like to eat lemons.
Yeah,
in real life, like who would want like a miniaturized lemon flavored candy? I mean,
Trolls on Halloween. It's what bad people who don't have kids pass out to kids on Halloween.
lemon heads. Yeah.
Lemon heads.
But yeah, where were we?
Speaking of this sour episode, so what I want to do while we're talking about the episodes is we're just gonna act like everyone's seen everything.
Oh yeah.
So Abby we later on find out, Abby, how lucky is that, they're trying to kill Joel and Joel's inside this impervious city, and yet they happen to come across like two horseback riders, and it just happens to be Joel, and then son of a gun,
Yeah.
Joel saves Abby, and then Abby just like turns around and kills Joel. Spoiler alert. And
She did come a long way. She can't just like go to Plan B and forgive him.
I mean, yeah. But it would have been cool if like when Ellie comes in at the end, and then she's like, that'd be cool if like she was empathetic enough to like see like her dad and Pedro Pascal's character, Joel, and seeing herself in Ellie's character. But basically,
I guess Abby's impervious to irony.
yeah, right. Or learning from history. If Joel killed your dad, and so you're gonna get revenge, what the fuck do you think she's gonna do? I mean, obviously the rest of season 3 or season 2.
Well, I think this has been said before. I don't know if you played the games, but in the games, I think people were, upset that Joel was killed, but I think they were more upset that Joel just introduced himself. Or actually, I think it was actually Tommy who said, hey, "This is Joel, my brother," which considering how many like non-infected they've killed in like the past 30 years, they probably have tons and tons of enemies, even way before the thing in Salt Lake. So it was really stupid of them for Tommy to even say who they are. I guess we're just gonna like briefly go over them in order. So like episode 1, pretty slow. There were some infected, but they treated them kind of like as a pesky nuisance.
Right.
And I think it was just so weird that Dina doesn't know that Ellie's immune. So like when in the grocery store, she's like, "Have you been bit? Do I got to shoot you in the face?" Like jokingly,
Right.
not knowing that she might actually have to shoot her in the face.
But yeah, it seems like they've kept their secret pretty well. No one knows that Ellie's immune.
Is it just Joel and Ellie who know?
Yeah, I think, as far as I'm aware, he might have told the leader of the town, but I don't think so. We get some therapy. If you guys didn't get enough counseling in Daredevil, well, we get just more counseling, more therapy.
Therapy's
super
chic right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Jeez. It's just a bunch of writers who love their therapists. They're like, let me write a role for my therapist.
Although she wasn't really much of a therapist when she basically says, like, yeah, I really hate you, and I hope you die. But
you know who else
hey,
went to therapy? Rick from Rick and Morty. You know who else went to therapy? Stallone's character from, not Steven Stallone, Stallone's character from Tulsa King.
In the show?
Yeah, in the show, he has to go to therapy.
Wait, you have a Paramount Plus account?
I do.
After Halo? How do you sleep at night? No, I'm kidding.
With the Tulsa King. No, I rewatch the Halo every night before I go to bed. I just press play in hopes that to run up the watch time. So, like, in, 5 years, some mid-level executive will be like, whoa, this show secretly blew up. And then that's how we get our third season.
Just buy like 10 different subscriptions, different TVs in your house. Just ramp up the viewing numbers.
Just nonstop playing.
Like Halo became a
shitty
sleeper
Halo
hit, like
TV show.
A sleeper hit 2 years after the fact.
No, I'd rather survive New Year's Eve with these guys than watch the first season of Halo again. I'm kidding, it's not that bad.
Well, they
But
survived
it
New
was
Year's
a
Eve
good
pretty
transition.
quickly. It was literally like, was it like New Year's Day when the infected attacked? I guess like the infected New Year's resolution.
Yeah, it was like it was because it was the next day.
People.
Because so the big takeaway, the big thing that you can't really grasp or appreciate until you rewatch it, I guess, or upon retrospecting. And that's we do in the first episode get the last scene with Ellie and Joel, where Ellie is close, a little close to her female friend. They've been drinking and smoking, and then some obnoxious old white guy makes a bigoted remark inside of a church or whatever.
Looks like RFK.
Yeah.
I wonder if
just because he's in shape, old white guy, he must be RFK.
He looked just like RFK. I mean, I guess maybe if he gelled his hair, it would have been perfect. But yeah, if they ever do an RFK documentary, they should get that guy to play him.
That's who's gonna play him.
Crusty old bigot. That was his name in the credit.
In the credit, crusty old bigot.
Dicator. John
But
Q. Dike.
yes, so Joel steps in, being the father figure he is, and then Ellie like flips out, and she's like, "I don't need your help," and she's like, "Fuck you!" And then boom, like so, the last thing she ever says to him is "f off" or "f you," basically. And she
Well,
has a chance to say sorry, but she doesn't. And then
yeah.
boom, next day, she sleeps in. And Joel goes out early, and he never comes back alive,
Yeah, he does come back just in a bag.
just in a body bag.
Um, yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, because I think in the trailer, like we see Ellie say to Joel, like "you swore," which means like she knows that he lied. But we haven't seen that scene yet
Right.
in the show. So I guess he's going to come back in flashbacks. And I guess like I think it hasn't been like official yet, but I think most people are assuming they're bringing back Pedro Pascal back in flashbacks.
I hope so.
I'm wondering because they do add stuff into the show. So like will there be
Gotta
like
stretch it out.
a side mission that took place maybe like a year before season 2 takes place, where
That'd be
Joel
nice.
and Ellie go somewhere, and then somehow Ellie finds out that Joel lied. 'Cause I think in the game she finds out like she goes back to Salt Lake City in like a flashback, or I don't know if it's like a mission,
Well,
but
we're here now. We're going to Salt Lake City to meet up with and kill the wolves.
no, they're going to Seattle. They're going to go.
Oh, that's right, Seattle, not
Home
Salt
of
Lake.
Frasier.
Green eggs and scrambled eggs. Yeah, home,
Yeah,
home of the baseline.
What a crazy crossover that would be.
That would be a wild.
Frasier and Last of Us.
I would watch
Last
that.
of Us.
I would watch that.
Last of Us takes
crossover.
place in the same universe as Frasier, and Cheers too.
Jerry
so.
comes out. He's like, "What's with all the zombies? Have you ever noticed?
With fungus, it's not fun.
And it's not Gus. It used to be Gus, and then it ate Gus."
Yeah, yeah, because like the first season took place in Boston, right? And that's where Cheers takes place. So like you could have had Sam and a Norm as zombies.
I just love like it's the idea like this is like The Last of Us. It's a game made 10, 15 years ago, and it's directed like highly specifically towards like millennials and maybe some like older Gen Z people. And you're like, hey, but what if we throw in like some boomer crossovers? Some 1990s
I would say
comics,
Frasier
some
and
1980s
Seinfeld were Gen X. I mean, Frasier was. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd say like that was like a little
You think
Gen
Gen
X
X?
too, because there was like '90s. If you were like in your heyday in the '90s,
I think sci-fi might be a bad example because you could laugh at that at any age, right? If you're 12 or if you're 72, you're like, that's funny. I've been lost.
But-
Situational comedy. I've been there. I've been lost in the parking
Well,
lot
I mean-
while I need to pee.
who owns NBC? Because NBC owns both Frasier and Seinfeld. Is it NBC Universal?
I would imagine so.
So if Universal and Warner Brothers or Time Warner or whoever, I guess Warner Brothers Discovery merge, which probably is going to happen because they can't let Disney buy
Comcast.
Warner Brothers.
Comcast is
So-
NBC's parent company.
Okay, so if Comcast merges or buys Warner Brothers, which is Discovery, right?
Right.
Warner Brothers Discovery, then they can do
With the Zaz.
The Last of Us, Frasier, Seinfeld.
Oh, they will have the
crossover.
ultimate crossover. Remember when you could just do
Just for some
crossovers
levity.
without?
Because the jokes in the show aren't that great. It's like, what is it? Snarky feminism? Like, would you rather let the men handle the zombie killing or?
Yeah, can we talk about this for a second? They're going out to do patrols, and the angry old bigot wants to apologize and made him a steak sandwich before they go out. And I was like,
a steak sandwich for his mistake.
for his mistake, that's funny. I like
He made,
it.
he made a mistake sandwich.
I made
him the sandwich.
he made a mistake to a missus, so he made the missus a steak.
He made a mistake sandwich.
Ooh, there you go. But shouldn't he be the one on patrol? Shouldn't the 17-year-old girl be like in the kitchen making food? I'm not even like being sexist here. I just mean like, shouldn't the older able white men go out and patrol and have the girls like stay here and stay safe and sorry to say, but make babies?
And that was before he hurt his leg too. His leg was fine. He was going on patrol.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
he was he might have been a Michelin star chef before.
Explains why he was in such great shape, keeping everyone else in tip-top shape over there. You gotta
He
get the
probably
fittest
doesn't.
guy.
He probably doesn't use mushrooms as cooking anymore. I bet. Wink, wink.
Probably not.
It's kind of like he wants mushroom pizza, and everyone's just like too soon.
There's a joke about a brain
Also,
worm.
I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but
Les, please.
why the hell are they burying people and
Yeah,
not
I
burning
thought there
them?
was gonna
Are
be
you
like a
fucking crazy? I mean, even if you shot them, I don't think they shoot those dead people in the head. And I don't, as far as we know, the fungus doesn't need like a live person to take over. I mean,
burn the bodies.
they might, I don't know. It's like, yeah, burn the bodies just
Burn
in
the. And
case.
also,
If Walking Dead's taught us anything, you know,
it's cold up there. Like
and
the ground is
room.
frozen. It's so impossibly hard for them to dig one burial spot, let alone.
Well, I mean, the zombies were able to
tens or-
dig themselves out.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw that zombie. He was there. There's that one zombie when he was trying to
The
get
bloater?
Abby, and he brought his. He was like going through the chain link fence, and it was like cutting his. It was like going through his hand
Yeah.
because he was just trying to get to Abby. That was a fun scene for that
Yeah.
miserable
This
B
was
word.
like-
Kill my man Joel.
I really think they spent like half the budget on that one episode. It looked like a freaking movie. It looked
It
like
was a movie. It was so good.
it looked better than like Game of Thrones battle.
It was. I mean, yeah, it was cinematic. I turned my sound system on. I was like, "Holy shit, this is really good."
But it explains why the third episode, like we all knew it was gonna be a slow one. It was just gonna
Yeah,
be
we
like
gotta
an
reset
aftermath
it.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the biggest sin was probably the town council scene, which was like not in the game, and it was an addition that I don't think is going to go over well because in the game, I think Tommy just goes off right away because Tommy's actually there when Joel dies. So he goes off, I think, almost immediately. And Ellie's the one who goes and follows him. And, but he was like, no, I got to get permission from my wife.
Right.
We have a town council meeting. And then like John Q. Bigot,
I
who's
like your
basically
speech.
doing
Take my rifle.
who's basically just simping for Ellie at this point. Just literally just doing anything he could, like, get this little lesbian to like me.
I made one drunken comment, and now it'll never live me down in the city of. Yeah, because I mean, I guess you don't want to be like. There's 100 people, 200 people in that town. You don't want to be
There's
like
gotta be
the
one. There's gotta be
one
one.
bigot. You don't want to be like that one person
No,
who's
no.
homophobic. You don't want that to be like your town reputation. Be like, oh, there's Tom over there. He makes a mean steak sandwich, and he's a homophobe. Ouch.
He said, when I said fucking Dykes, I meant the Dyke family.
Yeah, I meant.
Nick Van Dyke actually survived the apocalypse.
Oh, I was thinking like our to-do
And he
list. Tomorrow we gotta raise the dikes for our defenses and the water and the levees.
I think I had like a biology class or something, some science class in middle school where we're learning about like filtration systems or dams. And we were like, the dike is right here, and everyone just started cracking up. So,
Seventh grade.
and I had no
a
idea.
single
And I had
word.
no idea what dike. I had no idea what dike meant.
Right.
And then like,
You
I
have
didn't
to
even find
go
out
home
like
and
years
ask your
later.
parents.
I was like, what's it? Well, yeah.
Oh,
It was
not
right
me, dude.
before,
I
like,
remember the
AI.
first time. I remember like I was like, "Hey, mom," I came home from school. I was like, "Hey, mom, some kid called me gay." She was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's gay mean?" And I was like, "I had no idea."
Happy.
Yeah, that's exactly what she told me. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gay." He's like, "Whoa, don't say that, son. Don't do that."
Yeah, there's like a family called the Dykes, and it's like, fucking Dykes. They were they were in ISIS before the apocalypse.
I can't
That's
wait
what
for
he
this to
meant.
get flagged. It's like, no, it's wordplay, YouTube. It's wordplay, I swear.
Oh yeah, you can't say that. I mean, it is like the F word. I mean, like, you know,
I don't
That's
think
like the
so.
equivalent
I think it's just
blood
like
game.
I think it's like a classification now. It's like twinks, you know, like remember when like twink you like used to be like a slur and then it just turned out to be like a category of gays?
I just think like
Gay
calling
people.
like someone, yeah, gay people, the F word. That's just more prone.
Yeah.
and-
Well, that's a little different. You have to
Yeah,
be the
it's
Pope
just-
to get away with that in 2024.
Well, he didn't. It got him in the end.
They got him in the
He
end.
He died of homophobia. Now we are going to get flagged by the Catholic community. We just lost our entire Catholic audience.
Oh no, not all 1.3 billion of them. Hey guys, I'm pulling for your next Pope. I hope he's Peter the Roman.
I hope they did. I hope he just lets priests get married to solve that pedophilia problem. That'd really help.
See, it's only a problem because they want it to be a problem. If you know the priest is a pedophile and you promote him up, you always have infinite blackmail leverage on him. So he can do whatever he wants. He can vote however he wants or however you want him to. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence that there are so many pedophiles in the Catholic Church. I think it's like not divine inspiration, but I think it's a curation. That's the word I'm looking for.
This episode brought to you by the Evangelical Lutheran Church.
Wasps! Welcome to the White Anglo-Saxon Protestant Revolution from 1784.
Yeah. I think
Speaking of wasps, Joel dies.
He was not a wasp. He's like Guatemalan, and I mean, I don't know. I imagine.
See, this is why I can't be racist, because I would just be like, Pedro Pascal, yeah, that's a white guy. I'd be like, oh wait, no, he's not. I mean, his name's literally Pedro.
Everyone south of Texas is Catholic. I imagine this incarnation of Joel, this interpretation of Joel is probably Catholic.
I mean, look, there's a 1 in 8 chance apparently. So,
but they didn't specify. So we could speculate, but they didn't specify. I don't think they're going to tell us what domination was, or if he even was religious.
Do you think if this was real life, not woke Hollywood or whatever, based off a video game, like if this was like happening in real life, people would be like hella religious, right? Like that church would be packed to the brim.
There was a new group introduced this past episode.
Oh, talking about some prophets. We call these the Glasgow Smile prophets.
Yeah, they're called the Seraphites. They're kind of like introduced this episode, and they're like a cult.
And killed. Introduced and killed.
Yeah, yes, but they're not the only ones.
Right. They have a very sophisticated whistle pattern technique. Very cool.
Which did not work at all.
I mean, gave him a heads up, but no.
Maybe hide more than like
10 feet off the road.
In the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm going to attack the guy who's whistling, I can also hear the other people whistling back at him. So, like, I know there are other people around. Like, he should have. Yeah.
They should probably get walkie-talkies.
Something.
Or, I mean, I guess they don't. There's still batteries. They can still do what? There's no, like, cell service anymore.
Yeah, or they could just ran. I mean, like, if you're pretty fast and you just run straight, and that guy's like...
They all look like they were in good shape.
Yeah, right? That guy was like 20 meters behind you.
Everyone's going to be thin in the apocalypse. No processed foods.
No processed food. RFK wins again.
Yep. So, yeah, the Seraphites, we have, like, a father and daughter. A lot of fathers and daughters getting killed.
Yes.
Well, no, just fathers. But
just
in this
fathers.
case... actually, no, because Joel's daughter died in the first episode. So yes, another father. This time, like, first it was like a daughter getting killed, then it was Abby's father getting killed. No, it was Joel's daughter getting killed first, and Abby's father getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
Then Ellie's father figure getting killed, and now
she's gonna kill
a father and daughter getting killed. So yeah, but
yeah, it's like poetry. It's drunk and it rhymes.
Yeah, but I thought the scene where he gives his daughter the hammer and she hugs it like a teddy bear.
Right? It's like, oh, now I feel safer, Daddy. Thanks for the hammer.
But if you know what they do with those hammers, you'd be like, oh, that's so messed up. Oh. But she never got to use it.
No.
But yeah, the Seraphites, we'll see more of them this upcoming season. They're kind of like in a
I hope so.
Conflict with the militia throughout the season.
Wolves.
So. Yes, I mean, I guess how many episodes is the season? Just 8.
Probably 8.
I wonder if they're going to try to stretch this across 2 seasons because HBO is just greedy. I don't know if they're going to do the entire game this one season, especially if they incorporate flashbacks.
Ooh, 9 episodes.
9? Okay, they might do the entire game then.
Yeah, they should. They should do the whole game. Because of I think they've learned, and if they haven't learned, then they're dumb. But I think they've learned from Game of Thrones, and I think
I don't think they will. I think
from season 7 and 8, I think they've learned to stick to the source material. I think they're like, all right, we're not going to speculate on what could be in The Last of Us Part 3. We're going to stick to what the fans know, expect, and love and want because we clearly cannot handle making of finales on our own.
The only way and of course, there's obviously no Part 3, but yeah, I think a lot of people are like expecting HBO to make a Last of Us season 3 and do their own thing like Game of Thrones did. But
well, that would be fine if there's no Part 3 coming out.
I think they'll at least like try it, and if it's like a complete disaster, they'll just pull the plug. But I mean, this show basically is like getting viewership numbers similar to Game of Thrones, I believe. You could correct me.
Someone is listening right now, just yelling at us. They've already renewed Last of Us for season 3.
They have?
Yeah.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that like official news?
It's official.
Like just now?
No, they released it. They renewed it before the season 2 premiere even happened.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised. I actually am surprised that they announced it before the season was even over.
Now you gotta get the hype train up. Like, it's going to be a good season if they've already renewed the next season before it comes out. I think it's part of like the hype train. I think
Well, they're not even.
pull
I
this at any
think I'm
moment.
trying to remember. The second game came out like what 7 years after the first one,
First one came out in
and
2013.
and then the last one came out like 5 years ago. So I mean, they should be working on a third part, but I think there's like another
2020.
game they're working on called Intergalactic, which is basically Concord, from what I understand,
That's not good.
but with the Naughty Dog symbol on it. But yeah, I think I don't know if you've seen the Intergalactic trailer or not. We just do a
haven't.
reaction video.
Okay.
It's gonna be Naughty Dog's new franchise. Neil Druckmann is headlining it.
Okay.
You gonna pull it up?
Let's do we'll do a separate video. So if you
Okay.
want to watch us react to that, go ahead and subscribe. Check out the channel.
But yeah, the main actress in Intergalactic is one of the actresses. Is the same actress who's in Abby's gang, the one with a shaved head, the girl with the shaved head.
Okay.
So people are always already gonna be primed to hate this game. A, because it's Neil Druckmann, and B, because
Teddy
one of the
Gabriel.
actresses who killed, who killed Joel, and didn't kill Joel, but was like there, part of Abby's gang. So yeah, we'll see how that game does. Interesting to see. But I do want to point out
Intergalactic,
that
the Heretic Prophet.
yeah, I do want to point out that Last of Us Part 2 sold 20 million copies less than The Last of Us Part 1. But to be fair, Last of Us Part 1 had like a remaster that came out.
No, there is no fairness. There's more people, but this Last of Us Part 2 came out during a pandemic. So
When more people were at home.
everyone, literally everyone was, in June 2020, literally everyone was trapped at home. There's no reason why you weren't buying this game and playing it if you wanted to. It wasn't like you were too busy with work or anything like that. So I think that's very telling that this franchise is dying off. But it's probably like word of mouth. Like they just found out like, oh, Joel dies, and now people don't want to walk around playing as like a 13-year-old girl.
Well, the only way
in a
they can bring
zombie
people
game.
back, but it doesn't seem like they're working on Last of Us Part 3, it would just be a prequel. Just do what Red Dead Redemption did. Just do a prequel
Ooh, I like
with
that.
Joel and Tommy, I guess. Maybe like what's the time frame between when Joel's daughter dies in the first game? Is it like 20 years or how many years is it?
I have no idea.
Because he's like in his 60s by the time Last of Us Part 2, and he's like in his 40s when the pandemic first starts.
Let me look at that up real fast. See, The Last of Us was already set 10 years before the video game, and the gap between season 1 and season 2 is 5 years.
Yeah.
Whereas in the video game, it's only 1 year. But you gotta explain all the age differences and people aging up and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, maybe set it like 10 years before the first game. And then, you can just throw in Easter eggs, just make like a separate mission.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that seems to be like the only way to bring people back. I mean, it basically would just be a confession on Druckmann's part being like, yeah, we made a mistake killing off Joel, but hey, money's money, right?
Hey, who knew old white guys were going to be back in chic again?
Yeah, who would have thought that the majority of the consumer base would hate that Joel got killed?
Who'd have thunk? Who thought that? Who really did think that was a good idea, though?
Druckmann did.
Terrible.
But yeah, he's he basically is I think far left-ish thinking. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I think episode 3. It was. I think we all knew it was gonna be a slower episode. It was gonna be just a setup episode.
But we did get to Salt Lake
they
City.
kinda-
That was fast. I thought that was going to be like a whole episode of walking, like, but they got to Salt Lake City.
No, you
by
mean
the end of
Seattle?
or Seattle. They got to Seattle by the end of the episode. So like,
Is Wyoming next to Washington? I don't know. I don't know
I'm an
anything about my
American. I
country.
don't know geography.
I think Wyoming is like at least like 2 states away from Washington. So
Yeah, I think so. Right? Yeah,
they have to
Washington's
cross
over in
like
the corner, and then
they
there's
got there
Wyoming.
like in a day. That's crazy.
Time flies when you're having fun scissoring.
I mean, I guess so.
I mean, there's definitely. I love that. There's like a will they, won't they, like attempt, but they're definitely like leading.
Yeah, it's
up
really
to this
weird.
lesbian
Like she
relationship.
said, like Dina said that she's not gay.
I'm not gay,
but
but you know, I didn't. I'm not. I wasn't that high when I kissed.
If I was, yeah.
Yeah, little breadcrumbs. What we like to call the formative college years for ladies.
But yeah,
I'm not gay, but
anything else? Okay, so we saw the militia at the very end there. We saw Manny at the very end.
Yes,
but yeah, apparently
lots of power.
so it's gonna be a lot harder. So yeah, I mean, like they said they were part of a militia. I don't know if Elliot overheard that, but I guess Dina didn't overhear that either. If that they're part of a militia, but you would think Washington Liberation Front, you know, that it's a pretty big organization.
Sounds.
And they're going to
if they have
Seattle not
patches,
thinking,
if they have fucking patches, you know you're dealing with the legit militia.
if they're into branding, they probably have some resources.
They probably
a lot
have
of them.
enough followers. Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, who would have thought the militia was actually militia? There's a lot of people, so it's going to be really hard. Which, you know, basically anyone.
Yeah, and you know, unless they also go on patrol with 2 people, and like the girl and Abby just goes down the random parts of the city where Ellie happens to be.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Yeah. Overall thoughts? Or you're just gonna keep watching? You have to keep watching for the podcast.
I'll stick with it because I think, you know, I knew that Joel was going to be killed. I kind of like knew most of the main story.
Also,
and I think it is interesting.
All the newspapers for episode 2, like that spoiled like that Joel had died that episode.
Yeah.
Like I woke up and I was like scrolling through my phone and it's like The Last of Us death leaves fans heartbroken. I was like, oh god, like I knew Joel was gonna die, just didn't know when.
Yeah. I was at least hoping he'd make it like 3 episodes, but I mean, people were expecting episode 1 for him to die, but
episode 2 was blew my socks off. That was really good.
Well, I think the infected battle was pretty great. That was,
although
you know,
there was
that was like one of the best episodes.
Storyline, the vines going through like the pipes or whatever, the ceramic pipe that they discovered right as they were about to get attacked or whatever. Like, what happened with that storyline?
I guess they burned the fungus. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Next episode's going to introduce Jeffrey Wright, who I think also voiced his character in the video game, the same character. So I think they did the same thing with Marlene last season. So that's pretty cool. Bringing him back. I mean, he's a pretty. He played Commissioner Gordon in the last Batman movie. So the fact that they got him in the last game, you know, kind of like showed that.
I mean, he was blown up for Westworld, though. Jeffrey Wright was like, everything for a couple of years. He was the. He was
kind of like Giancarlo Esposito, but
yes,
lesser so because he was in Westworld. He was in Boardwalk Empire before that. You know, he was just in the Batman.
Guy's been so
some other
many
stuff.
Things,
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they'll introduce him. He's the leader of the Washington Liberation Front. We didn't see Abby at all this episode, which is surprising because she has a big role in the second game after she kills Joel.
I'm sure we'll see a lot.
I'm sure episode 4 we'll see a lot more of her, but I think she could see the playable character in the second game, which is another reason people hate it. Like, hey, you know this woman who killed Joel, who you absolutely hate now? You're going to be forced to play as her.
Now you have to play her. It's like, I wouldn't. 20 less million copies,
and you're gonna
please.
Like her. Yeah,
Jeffrey Wright was also the Watcher in What If. God, what a crap! I haven't even finished What If season 3. That was how bad that show had gotten. Oh,
he was in what? What if?
What if? What's What If?
What?
I'm sorry. He was in Digimon. No, he was in Digman. That's what happens when your brain wants you to read one thing and not the other.
Hey, let's bring Jeffrey Wright in for a Digimon reboot or Digimon live action adaptation.
Digimon
have him play Kai. have him play Ty with the giant hair. Do you remember Fox magazine?
I mean, like
Fox Kids magazine.
kind of vaguely
Fox
sounds
Kids,
familiar.
yeah, I had Fox Kids magazine because like everyone was like, you're either a Nickelodeon kid, or a Fox Kids kid, and I was like a Fox
I
Kids
was a
kid
Fox
because
kid.
we didn't have different show. So that was like, so I had like Fox Kids magazine, so I was watching Digimon. I guess there was like WB kids who were watching Pokemon, but yeah, I was like pretty into Fox Kids. I would get up like early on Saturday mornings to watch the
Saturday
entire
morning
programming
cartoons
block.
was the greatest, and it's like it's a shame
Well, that
like,
was kind of like
our kids will
that's kind
never
of the only
experience that.
one. Yeah, because like Nickelodeon was like weekday afternoons, but
I mean,
Fox
Cartoon
Kids
Network
was
eventually
really
too, but like Saturday morning,
yeah. I
that
mean, I
was
was,
when it was
being
at.
I like Cartoon Network more too. Like oh yeah, so you're either Nickelodeon, Disney, Fox
And like
Kids.
good parents, let's be honest,
You
like
had
good
W.
parents, limited television time on the weekdays. The weekend though,
Yeah,
8 a.m. to noon, you were strapped in front of that television. You were
yeah.
watching like the new Power Rangers, the new Pokemon, like whatever was going on. Not Pokemon, but like you were switching
No,
back
no,
and
no,
forth.
no, no,
Like
no. Pokemon was WB Kids.
yeah,
Fox
you
Kids
switch,
had
you switch
Digimon.
back and forth. You switch back and forth between channels
Digimon was
11 and
basically a
12.
shameless, was literally a shameless Pokemon ripoff, but it was still
It was
awesome.
great. It was still fantastic, right? Yeah, way back when
Yeah,
ripoffs used to be still good.
yeah. But yeah, Jeff, you're right. As Ty from
That would be very
Digimon,
funny. That's one
please,
race swapping I can
yeah.
get behind. I guess let me get your final
Like,
thoughts as we wrap up the episode. Speaking
well,
of,
well, let me finish my
oh
anecdote about Fox
yes,
Kids. Like, I think because they had a questions and letters section, and they would just like ask questions to the Fox Kids editorial about this Japanese cartoon they had no control of. And one of the questions was, when will Ty get a haircut? And they were just like, not when hell freezes over, but I think like when the Arctic Circle becomes a desert or something like that.
you can't say when pigs fly because he's got that one little animal that looks like a
There probably is
pig
a
that flies.
Digimon that is a pig that can
Fly
fly.
exactly. That's the problem. Is like yeah,
Porkmon, Pork Flymon.
pork fly
All
mon,
they were all named Mon.
the mon at the
But
end.
yeah,
T Rex
yeah,
mon, Angel mon, smoking hot Angel mon. You get it.
Clownmon.
You know,
There was an Okramon too.
Opa mon. Yeah, well that's down in
He was
Jamaica.
no Okra. He was just
Oh,
made up
okra.
like he was Okramon. His arch enemy was Leomon.
Do you remember just like growing up and then like looking back at the original 151 Pokemon and you're like, holy shit, these names are not creative at all. These are just things that they do.
Mr.
Bulbasaur has a
Mime,
bulb on, right?
Squirtle,
Yeah, squirts everywhere. It's a huge mess.
Venusaur,
Charizard
Bulbasaur,
burn stuff. Oh my gosh, just anyway, yeah.
Charmeleon.
Final
Like,
thoughts?
yeah, I'll keep watching it. I mean, it's definitely it's HBO, so it's like it's kind of like well, I would say
High
that
quality paint drawing. It's slow,
yeah,
but it's.
it's
I
way
mean,
better than Rings of Power. Let's not even
I didn't
put
watch
there.
8 episodes
This
of
is
White Lotus for nothing. I can do
oh,
slow
I'll
television.
have to take your word for that one. I'm not.
It's
White Lotus was
so
fucking boring.
so slow. It's so boring.
And like the ratings are just like fine. Like I think it's like just 8 stars on IMDb, which is pretty low for a TV show. Like anything under like 8.2 is probably not a great show.
Really?
Or yeah, I mean like anything like under like 7.5 isn't a good movie. But like any TV show under like
Yeah.
8 stars isn't that great either. And a lot of like shows are like over 8.5 just because the TV rating system is different from the movie rating system.
I can see that. More people
And
watch
just
the
fans are
TV.
really hyperbolic, but
Yeah.
I'm usually IMDb is I think a better gauge for quality than Rotten Tomatoes.
Definitely.
But yeah, everyone bows to Rotten Tomatoes.
That's just the zeitgeist. Oh, he said it. He said the thing.
Yeah, so did we talk about Born Again finale? I watched like the first half, maybe like Punisher and Daredevil team up, but I guess I'll finish it. But
No, I mean that was
I'm
the,
kind of
the,
just like
the fun part.
season
Yeah.
2 is going to come out next year, so I'll just probably like watch it then. But
I
yeah,
mean, they
heard
broke
that
up
nothing was
season
resolved.
1 to make it 2 seasons. I'm not
Yeah.
endorsing this cash grab. Season 1 was boring.
Endorsing?
Andor.
Endorsing?
Ah! Guys, subscribe. Not just for that
They-
great pun, but we will be talking about Andor
I
later.
can't believe they released 3 fucking episodes. I'm like, oh gosh, it's gonna be
It's so
a
much
lot
work.
of time commitment.
Yeah.
I would wish there was just one a week, which it was
It is now.
now.
But like, yeah.
I'm just like, come on, you didn't need to release 3.
Three so much. But they're like, no, we really need to get this child wedding arc complete. We really want to just make sure everyone knows
Oh,
that the rebellion was
Mon
founded
Mothma's
based
story
on a
was
13-year-old arranged forced child wedding where she's crying leading
you're
up
not really
to
selling
it.
the show to me right now.
No, it's not. And then there's a grape scene as well, or an attempted
A
grape
grape?
scene. Yeah, little grape scene. A little essay, a little sexual assault attempt with the Imperial. And it's
Mothma?
like, no. This is a different storyline. This is the undocumented, aka illegal immigrant, that gets sexually assaulted by a police officer who knows her immigration status.
I guess it wasn't a stormtrooper. It's kind of hard for them to get their armor off.
Yeah, it was definitely an officer.
Okay.
But it was definitely heavy-handed. It's just like, what are we doing here? And like the last show that came out was the kids show. What was that with the
Skeleton Crew. Right?
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, you have kids who watch Skeleton Crew like, ooh, a new Star Wars
And
show's
then
out.
exactly, like as a parent, like if you're like not paying attention, you're like, or you watch Skeleton Crew with your kids, or you checked in on last time, you're like, oh, that's a fun little kids show, and then you let them like go on Disney Plus and they click on the new Star Wars, and now there's like, yeah, like child weddings and attempted SA scenes, and you're like, what? Now is this show for? What is happening here? What are we doing as a
even
fan
to watch
base?
Hellboy, like which is rated R, I had to like get like the Hulu add-on just to watch that. So I mean, I think they're putting like all their like raunchy stuff on Hulu. You can access it through Disney Plus, but you have to like get the
That was your
Hulu add-on.
Yeah.
You get the R-rated stuff.
Check them out.
Disney After Dark.
Disney After Dark would be a really good way to put it. Like that would be a really fun if it was actually called Disney After Dark.
Yeah, I mean, if they like put the new Punisher series on Disney After Dark, where he's just like going
It's
after
definitely
sex
coming.
traffickers. Yeah, just
Dun, dun.
make it as dark as we can.
Punisher SVU. They just do a Law and Order ripoff.
Yeah, yeah, just like the darkest that they can think of. Ghost Rider, Blade. Well, Blade's not happening. Blade's like been put on indefinite hold. I think
Forever. We'll get a Spawn remake before we get a Blade.
Wesley
movie.
Snipes wasn't lying. Like only going to be one Blade.
Only
If
ever
you
gonna
ignore
be one
that,
Blade.
if you ignore that TV show that came out like a year after Blade Trinity, just
Whoopsies.
ignore that. Yeah, I guess like there'd only be one Blade on film is what he should have.
He never watched it. His eyes were closed the whole time. They had to CGI.
I didn't watch it. I
his
just know
eyes
of it.
open.
I should probably check it out. Give it a shot. I mean, after like sitting through that Hellboy, like I can sit through anything now. Like,
It was
I can,
Dave
I've
Harbour's
seen-
Hellboy, not great. I like the potential, but I did not like the execution.
I mean, as shitty as the script was, and
He's
as
perfect.
much,
He's
like,
perfect for the role. It was just a terrible
interference.
script.
Yeah, and there was already a lot of preemptive hate because the Del Toro and Perlman fans wanted it to fail because they were mad because Hellboy 3 wasn't happening.
Right.
But it's just like, where were all these fans when those movies came out? Because they weren't like box office hits. I mean, they made like a profit, but they weren't like blockbusters.
Yeah,
It's like,
not
you
like
know,
Guillermo del
oh,
Toro
now
when he
you
fucks a
care.
fish.
I think I actually saw Golden Army in the theaters. So, although I
Wow.
was because y'all were working there, but still, I was there. Damn it.
I was there. My ass was in the seat.
there. Yeah, I threw my popcorn on the ground. So my DNA evidence.
And speaking of being there, if you're still here, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We really appreciate you sticking this long into the podcast.
Smashed with consent, though, because we're not like Andor here.
Yes, consent is important on this
Consent,
podcast.
consent is sacrosanct. But yeah, really, I think Thunderbolts is about to come out. It comes out next weekend.
Thunderbolts with an asterisk. What do you think that asterisk is?
Apparently, it's going to be New Avengers. It's
Yeah, they're gonna change the name at the last second, right? There's gonna be like, it's like Thunderbolts, the New Avengers, or some dumb shit like that.
also has David Harbour, so we'll see if
Nice little tie-in
mean,
there.
we'll see if this one works out better than Hellboy. I mean, Black Widow wasn't. I mean, it was a box office failure. No arguments there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was like better received than the first Hellboy movie. Although I was like bored out of my mind when I watched it, which I also saw that in theaters. So
Black Widow?
you're welcome. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think I saw that in theaters.
Congratulations. It's like you and like 14 other people trying to keep the theaters alive during COVID.
Yeah,
I salute
you're
you.
welcome.
Yeah, no, I I spent the $19.99.
saw
I bought
Birds
it
of
on
Prey.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, I saw Birds of Prey.
No, I saw Birds of Prey
right
in
before the
theater, too.
pandemic.
Yeah, I saw Birds of Prey in theater too.
Or no, the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn.
God, what a smart move to change. Who thought that title was a good idea? How do you even Google that?
One person.
You just said it, and I already forgot like the first 3 words.
This is why
Yeah.
veto power. The president should have veto power. The studio head should have veto power, which I think we do.
Just call it Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, let's give you money. Or give me your money.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Mission Impossible's coming out, so that should at least be bearable to sit through. I'm not a big Mission Impossible fan, but the last couple have been pretty good.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is the last.
They're just like disposable
action star.
entertainment. And I'm trying to think what else. I mean, obviously, Fantastic Four, Superman, the big two, which will either make or break the superhero
I wanted
genre
to ask you about Fantastic Four before we wrap up, because we've seen the trailer now. I have actually been a big proponent of lady swapping the Silver Surfer. Like, if we have done all of this gender swapping, all of this race swapping, all of this woke casting, if it could just all lead up to like one positive thing, and that's like a naked lady Silver Surfer going around on screen for 2.5 hours,
but
like,
you saw the trailer,
all be worth it.
Yeah.
And then you see the trailer, and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, first off, ew, she looks like 12. Like, that's not even how a human being looks. Like, how do they do this? Like, that's a real person in like a CGI outfit or whatever. It's like, well, like, what did they do? What did they do? It looks so bad. And like, even just comparing like the Silver Surfer from like the last Fantastic Four, Norrin Rad, like the CGI looks so atrocious. And it's been like a decade. Like, how are things not better? How are things actively dog shit worse a decade later? Like, this is trolling. This is like not just like, not only are we gonna fucking piss off people by doing a gender swap, but we're also gonna do really bad CGI because that's gonna piss off the rest of them. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, the trailer. I'm still not excited for this movie. I mean,
What about the footsteps? You saw a giant footstep from Galactus.
yeah, haha, so funny.
Doesn't that make you
Black
excited?
is taking a stroll. Black's taking a stroll.
La, 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 la. Yeah, right? Wouldn't he just
But,
be
I mean, at
like
least
knocking
Galactus
over
is gonna
buildings?
I think he's going to look great though in this movie. That'll be the pod. This will basically just be an apology for when we were in
When we made him a
theaters
cloud.
watching Rise of the Silver Surfer, just being like, what the fuck is this? So I mean, I'm at least like happy Galactus will look like Galactus. That's kind of like the one thing I am looking forward to.
I would say it's
think
probably-
he'll be. I'm guessing he'll be at least good enough and comic accurate enough that people it might eclipse the Silver Surfer assistant's shittiness and the Thing's shittiness and Pedro Pascal's non-readiness. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not excited for either Superman or it's basically they're two sides of the same coin. It's both like they're doing like the MCU method that the general audience is already so fucking sick of at this point.
So over. At least it's not the multiverse. I mean, so
and they're gonna do it again with Avengers Doomsday. So I mean,
they will.
We'll see what happens if First Steps doesn't do well if they're gonna course correct with Doomsday. But they just need to like go about these superhero movies differently. And I also think that maybe video game adaptations might be usurping the superhero genre anyway, because Minecraft is like the highest grossing movie this year.
Chicken Jockey! Like, as someone who's worked at a movie theater, I'd be so livid, and I completely understand. I would 100% clean up that popcorn mess afterwards, because it's my fucking job.
Sinners, I think, has already made more money than Brave New World. I could be wrong, and that was a rated R movie. Well, also with the black lead. So I mean, it just goes to show that, like the movie-going audience isn't racist. It's just that movie was bad. So I mean, I'm wondering maybe if the horror genre will make resurgence. Like
A24 has a new movie coming out. It looks so good. I wish I could remember.
What is it?
I wish I could remember. It's like Groundhog's Day, but at nighttime. Oh, it's Until Dawn. Until Dawn.
Oh, I heard that was bad.
Oh no! I'm gonna go real fast.
I heard the reviews were bad.
I don't know. IGN Oh, 5 out of 10.
Don't trust IGN.
Yeah.
They gave
Why is this
uh
popping up? Oh,
trying to think.
here's
They
the thing.
gave
IGN gives like bad games a 7. So if it's less than a 7, which it's a 5, then it's really not good.
it's 5 right now. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So no, these are all bad reviews. 6 out of 10 on
I don't.
IMDb.
Yeah, the A24. People need to get off the A24 like horse. It's just like they see that logo and it's like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. And
Well,
it's
for a couple years it
maybe
was.
mediocre,
For a couple years
but-
it was a stamp of quality, but now it's not. Now, but like I agree with you.
I mean, like all those movies don't make over 8 stars on IMDb. I don't think like a single one, like Ex Machina, Uncut Gems, these supposedly good A24 movies, The Lighthouse.
Uncut Gems is A24? I had no idea. It's too
I
long.
think so, yeah.
I've never seen it. That's the
Yeah,
Adam
but like
Sandler
these,
movie.
I
That's
mean,
what's
they're
really
either
good?
like above average, but like nothing like amazing. But like people are acting like they're like the new Criterion Collection.
I seem to think they were just a little different.
At least they look good. I mean, like the cinematography looks good, but I think Nosferatu was like the last A24 movie.
And that's
the
what's like the
last
best.
big one.
I heard that was like the best vampire movie of all time. They had the Witch, which was I hated it, but
Yeah, Robert Eggers.
everyone seemed to love that. Everything, everywhere, all at once. That was supposed to be amazing. I still have to watch that.
Yeah, one like Best Picture, but I still don't care. Yeah, so just a lot of overhype for that studio, but I don't know. I'll give it a go. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Heredity. Yeah,
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Heard that was
is
also
that the one
overrated.
with the kid whose head gets cut off and while they're driving home? That movie sucked. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is the scariest movie ever." I hated it. Yes, no. All right, now I'm looking at like, their resume. I have to agree with you a little bit more. A lot of
Like
bullshit.
they're like they have great marketing, but the movies themselves are just kind of like either a lot of misses
Death
and a
of a Unicorn.
few. I heard that was not good. Yeah, it's just like people just see that logo, they don't care about the movie at all, and they'll just like overhype it. But yeah, that's all I got. I guess we'll do Andor later this week. I'll try to finish Born Again if you just want to like go over the finale real quick. We could also
Yeah.
catch up on Lazarus if y'all have time. Those episodes are like what, half an hour. So yeah,
Well, you
lot of
knock out
content.
Andor and I'll knock out Lazarus. And then you, the listener, knock out that subscribe button. And we'll meet y'all next week. Same bat channel, same bat time.
yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
All right, peace out.
Bye, guys.